Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री राम संकीर्तन की, लीला प्रभुपाद की, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, पतित पावन श्री चित्तनंदन गौर सुंदर भगवान की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री क्षेत्रपुरी धाम की, श्री श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज जन्मस्थान की, हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुषुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवासवानभि देवी दायिताय कृपाब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्य उज्ज्वल प्रेमाय श्रीरूपानुगभक्ति श्री गौर करुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So welcome all of you for the second time. So Sri Dham, Sri Mayapuri. I'm coming from Mayapur, so I'm living in Mayapur. So welcome to the most intimate abode of the Lord in the whole material world. Such a special place and such a great fortune, for the Sankirtan. You came here before beginning the marathon, right? And then you participated in your book distribution marathon, and again, continuing with the marathon, you have reached Mayapur, right? Sorry, Puri. You reached Puri. It's such a great fortune that yesterday I've been living here almost came here like almost 4 days now. 4 days before I came, do some reading, see some places we generally will not get to stay in a group, bigger group. Yesterday you went to some places, right? All of you went? And Sadhashana of the 6 acharyas, deities. 2 of them are not visible now, but you could see some very unique deities which you cannot go in a big group, search them, or because it's very crowded. Now it will get crowded also, especially when you come in New Year Eve or Kartik or summer vacation. When you come at this time, you cannot go around in a bigger group. Even in fact, some of the places I also never saw. I did not know Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he actually, before going to Vrindavan, stayed here. And he worshipped. Of course, all the acharyas, they came here, did bhajan, took association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But I did not know that he was worshipping deities here. You saw the deities of Raghunath yesterday. And then I never knew that in Puri, Chota Haridas Thakur, one of the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was worshipping the beautiful deities of Krishna. Who saw the beautiful deities of Krishna Balram yesterday? Krishna Balram deities of Chota Haridas Thakur. Nobody knew that these deities are existing there. They were back somewhere down in, and the temple also, if you see, the temple is just built. Those who have been there, the temple is renovated. Still the work is going on, if you have seen them. Such beautiful deities of Krishna Balram. I've never seen, they are named deities. They are actually in, and then also I think there were deities of Jagadananda Pandit. You saw that? The deities of Jagadananda Pandit. And also I think, of course here, right here you have the deities of Ramananda Rai. Jagannath Vallabh Garden. You know this? Jagannath Vallabh Garden is just not less than half a kilometer, I think 300 steps from here. Jagannath Vallabh Garden used to be the house of Ramananda Rai. Who is Ramananda Rai in Krishna Leela? Lalita Sakhi. More prominently, is Lalita Sakhi. And he used to live here. He was one of the ministers of King Pratap Rudra. And his worshipable deities are there. He used to live in the house here. After putting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to sleep in Gambhira, which he used to not. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never slept here in Puri. He was always in separation from Krishna. And then he would come and stay here. This Grand Road where we are sitting has such a significance and so important. So many pastimes have taken place, especially in the line of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and specifically for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Because the Gaudiya mission, the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone has a mission in life. As soon as the soul comes into the material world, it has a mission. One mission of the living entity in the material world is to be envious of Krishna and to be like Krishna. Isn't it true? Everyone in this world, they come with this mission that I am the best, I am the perfect being, I am the most beautiful, Even before I came to Krishna, I used to think that, I can become some kind of a Bollywood star, you know. No one underestimates himself, you know. Everyone thinks that he's some kind of a great person. And with that false ego, one wants to live in the material world. And the problem in the material world is, with everyone's mission, that everyone has the same vision. So everyone has the same vision, then what will happen? Quarrels. Competition and quarrels, envy. Because number one can only be one person's monopoly. Can everyone be number one? Not everyone can be number one. Isn't it true? Only one person can be number one, then he will be for a while, and someone else will come and push him down to become. And Prabhupada calls it a rat race. A rat race. Rat race means that all the rats are climbing a mountain, and some rats are jumping on another rat to go up fast, to reach up. But the thing is, when they reach up, not a single rat has ever converted into a cat. The rat remains the rat. The point is, the material world is a place of suffering. However big one may become, however bigger ego he may have, he has to ultimately end up suffering or die, ultimately die in the material world. That's how this world is. So, and every soul who is ignorant means when he doesn't know that he is not this body, he is a spirit soul. When he is unaware of his true identity, that he, he's not only a soul, what else is he? Jivera Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nityadas. Until he is unaware of that, his Swarupa, his constitutional position as a soul is to be the servant of the Supreme Lord. Jivera Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nitya Das. And what does a Das do? Serve. And that's how Prabhupada logically first established that every living entity has a dormant relationship with Krishna, dormant Krishna consciousness in his heart. Everyone has that. And every jiva has a nature to render service. And it is very clearly visible. It is very scientifically proved that every soul has a nature to render service. Like someone is rendering services to his own body, someone is rendering services to his family, someone is rendering services to his beauty. World's second biggest industry is cosmetics. If there was no old age, there was no cosmetic industry. So biggest industry. Someone is working hard to serving his beauty. Someone is serving his desires. Correct? So in this way we can, Srila Prabhupada, he proves it, that the nature of the soul is to, and perfection of that service is to serve Supreme Lord, serve the Vaishnavas, serve the Vaishnavas. So that's the mission. That's the mission, to serve devotees. The real mission of the soul is to serve Krishna through his devotees. And that philosophy was very, very richfully, we say, no? When you are born in a city like Mumbai, or you come from a small city to Mumbai, so everyone wants to become very posh, posh hona chahiye, elite hona chahiye, class hona chahiye. Isn't it true? I'm born in Mumbai, Yeah. We were born in a middle class family, and we would always look at the boys living in very higher societies like Pali Hill, Lokhandwala, the elite class. In those days we had one big rich Bollywood personality. His son Gulshan Kumar's son, Bhushan Kumar, he used to have a Ferrari. I'm talking about 1992-3. And I think whole Mumbai there were 2-3 Ferraris, And then the Ferrari used to cross the road would stop practically. BST buses would stop, shops would stop, people would stop. Only by the silencer, woo, 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 it would come, Everything would stop, And everyone would think, my God, it's like, and that's the attraction. The attraction in the platform of untruth, illusion, false identification, bodily identification, Like other day Radhesham was giving a class in Hyderabad, he was saying the truth is not revealed. The truth is this body is a very horrible body. If you don't take one bath one day and smell it, you cannot, it is so bad. You decorate the body so much. So much people are, hairstyle is such a big industry. Hairstyle. Like our friend has a French beard now. Yeah. Hairstyle is such a big industry. Such a big industry. But that one hair will fall in your food. The same hair which you are decorating, isn't it true? If it comes in your food, will it be beautiful as you are decorating it? The same hair you'll say, can you eat it peacefully? No, it is said that the hair which has food should be thrown immediately. The falseness of this world is so strong that the soul just sweeps into it. How many of you went to the ocean today? All of you went to the ocean? Yes. It's like that. You just go into the ocean, one current comes, you want to stand up. You want to stand up, but it's not in your control. It's not in your control. You've seen that? The waves are so strong. But if any one of you who were taking bath, if you were holding someone else to stand, was it easy to stand? But you can stand then. If you hold, far easy than when you are trying to stand alone. If you hold someone, and imagine 3 people holding their hands, then you can go through the current of the wave. The current of the wave. And this is the essence of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. Association of devotees, association of devotees, association of devotees. It can help us because this current, these waves, there is a waves in the ocean, and there is waves in the material nature of sense gratification, Those waves are not visible, but it's flowing in your mind. Imagine. Again and again. We are testing the sound system also. Chaitanya Prabhu's expertise, his professionalism, perfectionism. So those waves are there always in the mind, and the mind is agitated just like the waves, And the only solution is to just hold the hand of a devotee and stand. Hold the hand of a Vaishnava and stand. That's the only solution. There's no other solution. Radheshyam Prabhu used to always give us this example that, many devotees have their so-called spiritual plans, which is based on fulfilling the material responsibilities and duties. That, I will follow my father, my mother, my friend and society, and then I will perform pure bhakti. Pure bhakti is here, and everything else is here. And it is non-movable, it is not going anywhere. It's here, always in the material world, no? Rama came, bhakti was there. Lord Krishna came, bhakti was there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, bhakti was there. Narasimha Dev came. So bhakti is never going anywhere. It's there. Let me sort out all these things, So Radheshyam used to say that it is just like you are wearing your gamcha and standing in the ocean of Puri, Jagannath Puri. and then you're thinking that as soon as the waves will stop, I will quickly go in and take a bath and immediately come back. Will that happen? Will the waves ever stop? And will you ever take bath? Never happen. You will just be on the ocean standing waiting for the waves to stop. That's how the material plans, duties, responsibilities, they all hit us in this way. It's a very big hoax. It's a very, very big hoax. You know, that everything will be perfect and then we'll perform bhakti. It doesn't work like that. But to realize that, one needs association of sadhus, Vaishnavas. And here in the land of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Puri Dham is so special, so rich. As I started this topic with richness, elite. I started with that. The richness is so deep here that Lord, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he comes as Krishna, so all of you to know that when Krishna wanted to experience his own devotion, so these are certain things which humanity can come across it out of so many of pious credits, and by the mercy of a pure Vaishnava, we can come to this philosophy actually, that Krishna, we all know Krishna, right? Even before coming to Krishna consciousness, everyone knew Krishna, isn't it true? Everyone knew, no? Bhagwan hai, Bhagwan ka puja karna chahiye, mandir jana chahiye, Ram hai, Krishna hai. Isn't it true? We all knew all these things before coming to Krishna consciousness, but we never knew. And we knew Mahabharat hua tha, Arjun ko baan mein lita diya, Arjun ne Bhishma ko baan mein. That's famous things. From Mahabharat, what we remember, the famous things is, the battlefield. And I remember I was in 3rd standard when that day was my exam, and Arjuna, still recall it very well, Arjuna had actually put Bhishma Dev on the arrow of, on the bed of arrows. So it was a Sunday, Monday I had an exam. And, so Sunday this happened actually. And even though we had an exam, before the exam, because Bollywood was so not predominated, materialism was so not so contaminated, It was a talk. I think it was 91, I guess, 91, 92. Many of you will be very babies at that time, I guess. 91, huh? Huh? Really, huh? So 91, 92 on Sunday, it was like a talk, So we know Krishna. What I was trying to say is that we know Krishna, we know Rama, and of course even when Rama and I was also small, In fact, I used to get scared sometimes when Kumbhakarna would come, I get scared. So that time I was not so interested also. But one thing I used to see, Ramayana would start, my mother and father and family members would be just weeping. Anyone has seen that? weeping, crying. I don't understand. I was a small boy at that time. Weeping. But we know. So what I was trying to say that we know. And then everyone has their Kula Devi, Kula Devata. You go to your village and family is so attached to that, I've seen many people, I think he also will agree, After being devotees also, the family is so attached to that Kula Devi, satisfy her and all this. We have that, but we never knew that Krishna had some unfulfilled desires. Did we know that? No. We did not know that. Krishna had some unfulfilled desires when he came as Krishna. What was that? That desire was that when Krishna saw that his devotees, I will be speaking more detail tomorrow, but when he saw that his devotees are actually so much submerged in him, whom? In Krishna. His devotees are so much submerged and they are deriving so much pleasure, so much of pleasure Being what? Being devotees of Krishna. So Krishna could see my devotees are so much being my devotees, they are experiencing something very, very higher than what I experience by accepting their devotional service. This we never hear, no? That's what I was thinking, this is the richness of spiritual path. The material path, I said, no, woo, 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 Ferrari car. But in the spiritual path, the richness is this, that Krishna has some desires, and to fulfill those desires, he comes as his own devotee. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when he comes here as Chaitanya, appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is so much submerged into being devotee and feeling separation from Krishna. That is a beauty. It is said here in Jagannath Puri, there is one pastime, because it is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there were 3 moods which he exhibited here. One was very deep, very, very deep, which specifically Srimati Radharani experienced. Very, very deep. When Krishna left Vrindavan, we all know, Krishna, he left Vrindavan to kill Kamsa, because Kamsa had invited him, and then first he killed Chanur and Mushtik. You know this? Chanur and Mushtik, the 2 main wrestlers. He killed them, and then slowly he killed Kamsa. Everyone knows this. But then he left, to do that, he left Vrindavan. You know, he left Vrindavan to do that. Now, devotees of Vrindavan, they could not live without Krishna. They could not live without Krishna. And for them, Krishna was their life and soul. You know? And they were experiencing so much of separation. So, the deep separation which devotees of Vrindavan, specifically Srimati Radharani, and the bliss of reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, you know, and intimate exchanges amongst devotees with Vaishnava etiquette. These are some of the things with Krishna himself as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experienced here. And when he traveled also, he came across such devotees. Like when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to South India. So we know in Sri Rangam, the Brahmana invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch. So after inviting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch, this Brahmana, Mahaprabhu after noon darshan, Bhogarthi would say, of Ranganath, went to see this Brahmana, it's already 1 o'clock. And then the Lord goes to the house of Brahmana, and Brahmana is just sitting very serious. So the Lord, you know, it's very embarrassing when someone invites you for lunch and you go to the house and doesn't react. So Mahaprabhu had to remind him that I had come. So what about a prasad? So the Brahmana said that Lakshman had gone to the jungle. Lakshman has gone to the jungle. Once he gets kandamul, it will be cooked. Devi Sita will cook it. So Mahaprabhu was shocked. Mahaprabhu was shocked. So Mahaprabhu understood that this Vaishnava, he is not in his external consciousness. He's got deep into Lord Rama's pastimes. So much so that he has lost external consciousness. You know, like in the material world, people lose their external consciousness. You know, they go mad behind material enjoyment. You know, we cannot imagine. I mean, I came across a news where a 7-star office is built on a latrine chamber. A latrine chamber. The world has come to this point Some people have bowel system, they have to go 5-6 times in a day, but they want to work. So they have a high class office below a, this is other extreme, So then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told them, when he saw that Mahaprabhu said it's getting late, I have to take my lunch. So Mahaprabhu told him that, Lakshmana has brought, now you cook, get difficulty. Mahaprabhu pacified, started cooking. So after cooking, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the lunch, and after taking the lunch, Mahaprabhu observed the Brahmana, and Brahmana was very upset. So when Brahmana was very upset, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what happened to you? Why are you in this state of mind? Then he said that, and I honored Prashadam, why don't you honor now? So he said, the Brahmana tells to Mahaprabhu, Devi Sita is kidnapped by Ravana, and Ravana has taken Devi Sita to Lanka. How can I eat when Mother Devi is kidnapped by this Ravana? How can I eat? And he starts crying. And then Mahaprabhu, actually, such devotees, they don't sleep, then 2-3 days they don't eat actually. When they go into that they get absorbed in the pastime. Then Mahaprabhu said, Mahaprabhu thought what to do. Then Mahaprabhu started preaching to him. He said, no, that is Maya Sita. Original Sita, though Lord Ramachandra already gave it to for fire. And Maya Sita is there, it's not the original Sita. Then he came, then he ate this Brahmana. So in this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was living like that in Puri. One was, as I said, this was his journey to South India where he preached. Second, he has such wonderful etiquettes. He exemplified with devotees here. Third, he was deeply absorbed in separation from Krishna. Actually, it is said that, I don't know if it is there, it used to be if you have been to Nathdwara, how many of you been to Nathdwara on Sankirtan bus? You've seen a ghee well there, ghee well? So similarly, there used to be a butter well, or maybe still there. So one day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was completely submerged, and Sarup Damodar Goswami used to always, Sarup Damodar Goswami is who in Krishna Leela? Sarup Damodar Goswami is who? Vishakha Sakhi in Krishna Leela. Sarup Damodar Goswami is Vishakha Sakhi in Krishna Leela. So he used to always be with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu whenever Mahaprabhu was in Puri, all throughout his association, his journey in Puri. And whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would like to remember something or sing something, he would tell them to quote the verses from Bhagavatam, and Mahaprabhu used to relate it. So one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was submerged and absorbed in completely remembering Krishna, feeling separation from Krishna. He actually fell into a butter well of Lord Jagannath. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell into the butter well, and Mahaprabhu was not in his external consciousness, and he did not feel anything. In fact, he was feeling some kind of more ecstasy because of the butter completely softness. So Mahaprabhu, and by that time Advaita Acharya, he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell into the well of butter, and he was in so much anxiety, he was shouting, calling out for all other devotees. And when all other devotees came, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, swimming, and he was looking and he was surprised that why is Advaita and other Vaishnavas so much worried? Why are they so much in anxiety? Why are they so much worried? And then for a long time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ecstatic, feeling separation from Lord Krishna, remembering, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, remembering Sri Krishna and absorbed and completely not in external consciousness. Completely not in external consciousness. Then after a while, devotees pulled Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of this butter well Mahaprabhu was still annoyed and surprised that why devotees are so much in worry, so much in anxiety. Prabhupada writes there, mentions there that this is how a devotee, when he is absorbed in devotion, he is not conscious of the external world, and whatever happens to him doesn't affect him. So Mahaprabhu, many a times he would be like this, and complete absorbed in the pastimes, and then he would not be externally conscious. One day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to check Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami had a long journey and he had come to Puri. And while in the journey, he actually developed some skin infection and some kind of fluid was flowing of some part of his body. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Sanatana Goswami that you come this afternoon one day, that you come to me and we will take lunch together. As insisted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami, he actually proceeded towards. But now the place where Sanatana Goswami used to stay and Gambhira, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay. To reach the place of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are two ways. One is through the ocean and another is crossing through the Simhadwar, Mukti Mandap, or the entrance of the Jagannath temple. The entrance of Jagannath temple. You have to cross from there, and then when you go straight, we will go. When you go straight, 200-300 meters on the left side is the house of Kashi Mishra, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say. So Sanatana Goswami, this was in April and May month. We can imagine the heat. In December last week, if this is the weather here, you can imagine how it could be in April and May. Isn't it true? Is it cold here? No. So imagine how hot it can be. If it's not cold in December, how hot it can be. So Sanatana Goswami, he actually took the route. Sanatana Goswami took the route of the sand, which was very, very hot. Very hot. And he crossed that route and reached to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then took lunch with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After taking lunch, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very happily asked Sanatana, how did you come? How did you reach to me today? He said, the Mahaprabhu, I took the road of the ocean. I said, Mahaprabhu said, why did you take that road, Sanatana? It is so hot. And then Mahaprabhu saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet had blisters. Sanatana Goswami's feet, they had blisters out of the hot sand. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that why did you do that? You could just come and cross the Simhadwara. And then from Simhadwara it was easy and faster. You could come and see me. Sanatana Goswami said, my Lord, how can I do that? How can I do that? I cannot think about doing this because the servants of Lord Jagannath are always passing through there. They are always passing through there. And Sanatana Goswami, before meeting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was the finance minister. Rupa Goswami was a chief minister, prime minister, and Sanatana Goswami finance minister of Nawab Hussain of Bengal. So he understood, because of taking those duties, they had to actually change their names also. Remember the name of Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami? Sakir Malik and Zabir Khan, something like that. Yes. So that was one thing. Sanatana Goswami felt that he is very fallen. And another thing was that he already, in the whole journey reaching to Puri, his body had developed some infection. And due to this, he felt that if by mistake also the servants of Lord Jagannath, they happen to cross him or touch him, they will get contaminated in their service to the Supreme Lord Sri Jagannath. So how can I think of doing that? That is why I came from the sand road. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he actually has tears in his eyes and he embraces Sanatana Goswami, and he tells Sanatana Goswami that how can you contaminate anyone? It is by your presence the three worlds can be purified, just by your association. And Mahaprabhu, he said, it is your idealism, it is your etiquette, it is your gem and jewel-like qualities that you think in this way. And this is actually the ornament of a Vaishnava. Except you, who can do that? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells him, I know except you who can do that. There are these beautiful verses which is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which narrates very beautifully Mahaprabhu's Mahaprabhu says, my dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, although even the demigods and great saints are purified by touching you, it is a characteristic of a devotee to observe and protect Vaishnava etiquette. To observe and protect Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. If one transgresses the laws of etiquette, people make fun of him, and thus he is vanquished in both this world and the next. By observing the etiquette, you have satisfied my mind. Who else but you could show this example? After saying this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Sanatana Goswami's body, whereas we learn that Sanatana Goswami had already had a long journey, and the whole journey his body was having some kind of skin infection. But still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Sanatana Goswami's body with tears in his eyes. And it is said that Sanatana Goswami, in several locations, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to embrace Sanatana Goswami like this. Sanatana Goswami used to feel very guilty about it. He used to feel very guilty that Mahaprabhu is always touching this low class body of a low class person like myself, infected materially, mentally contaminated, and Mahaprabhu is always impressing this body. Keeping this in mind, you know what Sanatana Goswami decides? Anyone knows? He decides to commit suicide. He decides that let me throw this useless body under the cart of Lord Jagannath and leave this world. Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He comes to know this. He comes to know this by his Shakti. And Mahaprabhu, he warns. When he comes to, he looks at Sanatana Goswami and I warn you, he said, I warn you. Your body is not your property. Your body is not your property. It is my property. You have no rights to take decision on this body because it is my property. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches that a follower, a disciple, a sadhaka, when he comes at Lord Krishna consciousness, he has to know that his body doesn't belong to him. Now it is the asset. You understand asset? You have assets right now, all these assets? Yatra assets are there now? Similarly, our body is a part of that asset. It all belongs to now Lord Chaitanya's mission. So Mahaprabhu warns Sanatan that this body doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me to use it in the mission to protect the humanity, bring the humanity to its constitutional position, bring him closer to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. This is how, Vaishnava etiquette, as I said, Mahaprabhu, it's beautiful verses. It's in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, chapter 4, verse number 129. We can chant these verses if you have on your phone. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, 4th chapter, verse number 129. You can Yajyapi tumi hoy jagat pavana, Yajyapi tumi hoy jagat pavana, tomara sparshe pavitra, hai deva muni gana, tomara pavitra, devi muni gana, tathapi bhakta swabhava maryada rakshana, tathapi bhakta swabhava maryada rakshana, maryada palana hai sadhura bhushana, maryada palana hai sadhura bhushana. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and great sins are purified by touching you, it is the character of a devotee to observe and protect Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of Vaishnava etiquette is an ornament of a devotee. Is an ornament of a devotee. So we can understand. As I was telling, the richness. This is the richness of devotion. This is exemplified in this beautiful Dham, Puri Dham. And then what to speak about Lord Jagannath's eternal form, which is existing here ever. All other places, as I mentioned last time also, the Lord appears and disappears. But here in Jagannath Puri, he doesn't disappear. He gets sick and there is an underground arrangement, Navakalevaram. He again manifests. And the old body is given samadhi, and a fresh body overnight in 14 days or 25 days, and then manifest. Eternally resides here. Next to Jagannath temple, when you take darshan, how many have taken darshan of the down temple next? Right next. When you come out of Jagannath darshan hall on the right side, how many have taken the darshan of Utsav Vigrahas? You entered there? Lord Madan Mohan, you should go every time. You've never been there. Lord Madan Mohan, he is the Utsava Vigraha of Lord Jagannath. He goes out every day. He even takes round of the property. He comes to Jagannath Ballabh. He comes to Narendra Sarovar. There is a Utsav Vigraha of Lord Jagannath as Narsimhadev, Sitaram, Lakshman and Lord Madan Mohan. Right, when you get down, just come out on the right side. Just come out on the right side, you go. Beautiful. So beautiful Vigrahas. Next time when you go, just come out. People will be standing there and they know, and you will get scared, but you can go inside. Nobody says anything. You just go inside. I was 3 days ago, I took darshan of everything. Nothing was there. On 22nd I came. This place was empty place. I took darshan in 10 minutes inside and went to all the temples inside. So it's very beautiful, very, very beautiful. All right, so I'll stop here. I have one meeting. Thank you very much. And actually, this whole Grant Road which I was telling, has a jewel or ornament of Sankirtan devotees now. Yesterday when you all started Harinam, it was actually every corner of this road you could hear it. No? So keep it up. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki, Sachinandan Shri Prema Purushottam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj ki, Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj ki, Gaur Premanande.